On this episode, we talk to a Brit with a bit of chat, and we find you more ways to stay in your interactions with women. Welcome to episode 4 of On Call Wingman. Today we talk about conversations, being a good conversationalist, and making sure your interactions do not turn into interviews. But first, Ollie Faulkner, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm originally Cornish, came over here to play a bit of rugby, just loved it, absolutely love it, love the Australian culture, life here, it's just beautiful. Love to get out, chatting to people, really am a social butterfly.
Nice.
A bit like yourself.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Where do you, and look, I brought you on the show because I feel like you're a very charming person. I think people do gravitate to you quite naturally, and that comes out in your conversations. Now, where do you think you got that from? Which one was it, your mum or your dad?
Definitely not dad. He's
not dad?
Miserable kid.
He's miserable
but
kid.
yeah, she's but you get a bit of a balance, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I've got good moral standings from the old man.
You've soon lost them, though, didn't you?
Yes. Moving on. But yeah, I think just, you know, I actually think a lot of Grandad, really.
Yeah.
He's very respectful, very dignified.
Okay.
You know, he's very particular about how you should treat women, how you should be in life.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you get the posh boy culture from being a public school boy at home.
Okay.
And you get that beat into you as well.
Beat into you, I like that. There's a bit of humbleness there, I like that. So a lot of it comes naturally, but like if you had to break it down, what would you consider the key things about yourself that help you become a good talker?
I think first and foremost is being confident in how you approach any situation. I think if you don't go in with something to say, you're never going to do well in any situation. Yeah. You've got to then have some intelligence about you, a bit of wit, a bit of banter.
Yeah.
Be willing to laugh at yourself. I think it's very important.
Not take yourself too seriously. Yeah, awesome.
Because otherwise you end up, like your mate over
there. Yeah, I understand.
But I think it's just it's absolutely key. I mean, no woman wants to sit with someone they can't talk to.
Exactly.
It just is such a turn off.
And exactly projecting that, they're going to catch what you have. So if you're showing a lot of nervousness and shyness and like not really bad eye contact, that's just going to say a lot of things about you, as not being a confident man, but also they're going to reflect that, they're going to absolutely take the lead from that and be thanks but no thanks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's so important in any kind of, even if it's a relationship or when you meet someone first time,
like a job interview.
Well, it is, but you're never going to connect with people all the time on the same level with that kind of stuff. I think there are those basic connections where someone is willing to give it back to you as well, but you've got to be willing to take it. And,
yeah, exactly.
I think just trying to strike up, try and find common ground early.
Yeah.
In the conversation, just keep hitting different questions.
Yep.
Trying to find out more about them, and if you're getting nothing,
yeah, you got to move on, right?
Yeah.
Look, I like a few things you said there. Having something to say. Like, now for a lot of the guys that I coach, that's a tough one. A question that comes out time and time again is, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? Do I just go up to her? Like, what do I say after that? Even the whole thought of approaching a woman is, not being prepared is what makes them lack the confidence in the first place. So, I totally
very confident.
Yeah, I feel confident, but I'm feeling very confident that I think it's like most guys can just go in there and they say, well, look, these are the first things we're going to talk about, like in their own head. At least when they get there and, the adrenaline's kicking in and they lose, where they came from and who they are and just become, someone who's like cat's got their tongue. Like at least they got some go-to stuff,
yeah,
right? That they know they can bank on, So like, what would you consider to be some topics that kind of come up quite a bit and do well once you're talking?
Well, I think you start really simple. You don't overthink it. You go in there and you just, it can start as simple as just asking, drink name, whatever. Just get something
Anything
very
that breaks
basic.
the ice, pretty much.
Yeah, just come in with covered a joke, with a laughter.
Yeah.
Make yourself look a bit of a clown sometimes.
Entertaining is good.
Yes, I love a bit of entertainment.
Entertaining is important. We spoke about that.
You just don't go too far, gents, with it. Don't be abusive.
Yeah.
But then also, like, you just go for any kind of question. Start talking about travel. Find out about them. Find out about who they are. Really try and get into the ideas of, are they from this country? Especially is always a good idea because it gives you an idea of where to go next. Especially because most of the people we meet are, overseas and stuff. You're like, well, where have you come and where have you travelled? Up here, this stuff. And it just flowers and blossoms out. And if someone, especially if you find someone new to the area, then you're looking at, have you been here? Have you explored these areas? Have you got out there? Have you then get into, like you said, before we spoke, have you been to the bar down
the road? Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of geographical things that you can talk about as well.
It's just
so look, there's stuff there you can definitely talk about. Now, I'm going to put it out there. I, for one, have frozen on many occasions. I've gone full red and just kind of really dropped the ball on some interactions. Now, it's expected to happen. It happens to a lot of people. Very few naturally have it. So here are some ways. I'm going to take a few of what a few topics of what you're talking about, and let's try and fluff them out a bit. So look, I think this is the most important thing. If you have a question, right, don't just keep on peppering with question, and make sure they're kind of open-ended and then you can get a proper response.
Has to be natural.
Yeah, yes or no questions, and then just doing one after the other sounds like an interrogation, like an interview, and you don't want to be that person. That's when you stop being natural, and that's when you start being a bit annoying. And girls will close up because of that, because you're not giving anything back, right? So, ask your question, listen to the answer, somehow relate to that answer, and probably answer the question yourself again. That's a good way of fluffing out one question into a long period of time, not just going bang, 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 because it feels quite literally like a verbal assault, and you do not want to be doing that.
I think it's also key, in that situation where you are fluffing it out, and you've got to take interest in what they're saying. And use something
genuinely have to care.
And just try and pick up. Obviously, don't sit there staring, waiting for the moment. But just take something that sounds like that perks them up, and then just roll with that.
Yeah, exactly. So if you take something that they felt really good about, which is we consider to be a heightened emotional response, right? Try and relate to that. Take that on as a response, and run with it. Push that. Don't ignore it. It's a signal. It's a sign that she's opening herself up to you. That's an opportunity for connection. So that's really good. I like that. That's really good. Okay, so look, we're going to wrap things up now. But before we do, we want to ask the viewers, yourselves, a question. It's our question of the day. Ollie, what would you want to ask these guys? Anything at all about themselves?
Well, I think we should stay on topic and go, what is possibly your most awkward opening line and start? I mean, I'll give you an example. When I was in Wales, I bumped into a guy that asked the girl I was with if she wanted to go half-swing on a baby for the night.
Half-swing on a baby?
Yes.
Wow.
So, lads, what have you got? How bad has it been?
No, that's pretty good. I'm sure we got some absolute crackers out there. That'd be good. Okay, so look, guys, follow me. You got all the links down there. You've got Insta, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Obviously Snapchat and Insta are going to be some more live stuff. It's going to be a bit more immediate. But Facebook, you'll get a bit more motivational stuff with Insta as well. If you want any more details on proper courses, go to schoolofattraction.com.au. On Call Wingman is actually now live. So there's a dedicated phone line directed straight to this thing right here, where you can call me wherever you are in the world. It is a Skype call, so wherever you are in the world. So if you're in the middle of Australia, wherever the hell you are, and you need advice, you can call me. So that's totally up to you. So hopefully the phone will be going off the Richter after this show. But anyway, until next week, chat to you soon.